Okay, so we're going randonauting again to the third location. So this is part 3. Next location. So there's a red field and a red car! Another red car! So it took us to this area where there's just a bunch of red flowers. The guy in the bike has a red shirt on. And then we also manifested blue, and there's literally 2 blue vans parked right here. There's a black cat and another red van. Red wrapper, blue wrapper. There's yellow too. We also manifested yellow. There's literally a lot of, oh my god. Oh, this literally just lit. So we didn't see anything creepy like the other one, but we did see all of the colors that we manifested. Like there was a lot of red, a lot of blue, and a lot of yellow.
Got the app Randonautica, and it told me to go here, which I thought was cool because I can bike there. So I did. I started biking. Here I am underneath the bridge. There's my bike. Here's another nice shot. I thought that tree looked cool. And then coming up, there's a bridge. I thought maybe I could cross the river, but no, quarantine said no. Here's a path right to where the spot I was told to go was, and boom, zoom in, a deer. There was a deer right where I was supposed to go. That was really cool. It was a big deer too.
Oh my god, Tyler! Tyler! I'm recording you. She's hiking.
Guys, we found a suitcase at the beach.
Gabby, go. I'll hold your stuff. I don't know.
Bro. Wait, open it.
We were like, we're gonna find nothing.
Open it.
It was sleep.
It stinks, y'all.
It washed up. It's
Oh. Oh. Okay, so she's calling the police so we can see if it's actually a dead body or it's just food.
What do I? Found a suitcase on the point in Alpine Beach. And
Yeah, here's the crime scene.
okay, so there's that dude. Keep an eye on that red truck. Now go to your camera.
He's really not there.
Oh my god, it's not focusing.
There. He's walking.
There it goes.
He's literally right behind
you
us
guys.
now. He's right by that mailbox and he's not there.
He's not there and the truck is not there. What the fuck? What the fuck? He's right there.
Why did we just go to this fucking quantum point and this whole fucking person is Sky? Oh my fucking god. Bitch, I can't.
What if the person shows up in my rear view camera?
No, bitch, I can't.
Welcome back to Randonautica Day 2. So I set my intention, which was something that I needed from the universe. It took me to this like dead face that was nearby, then this tree that had initials in it, then it took me to a noose. A noose. Like this universe like telling me that I need to like die? Bitch, what? So anyway, picked up some trash, got out of there, come back for part 3.
Went randonauting. I just went randonauting and our intention was death. And we were on our way to the spot and I look out my window and there's someone laying in the gutter with their wife literally like on them, holding them. And so I parked and got out and he got shot. And then she gave me the phone and I had to call the cops. And Darius was... he wrapped his jacket around the wound. And then the cops came and we got questioned and I said to leave. And I just dropped Darius off. Hi, I wanted to come on here and talk about what happened last night, so you can actually understand me without me crying. So me and my friend were actually randonauting, and it was one of the first points that we went to. I've done this a lot, and every single intention that I've set hasn't really worked out, or just been some random spot. So I had no idea what was going to happen, and I wasn't looking for anything to happen either. But I know setting the intention as death is something so serious and something to not play with. So I wanted to apologize for that. But that was a mistake that I made, but it led me to something much bigger and much more important. Like I said, I had no intention to have a negative outcome. I really was just goofing around, and it's not something to goof around with. But at the end of the day, I'm glad we found what we did, because if it weren't for me, the cops wouldn't have been called and they probably would have been sitting there for longer. I'm gonna make more videos explaining. As for the manifestation part of it, I wouldn't really call what I did manifesting, or else that's so negative and so wrong. I would never do that. But I do understand if that's what it came across looking like, knowing that that's what you're supposed to do with the app. But I was being playful, and I was like, haha, let's see if we find something that has to do with death. Like, I wasn't expecting anything, trust me. But it also makes me question on what the app is doing. Like, how does it know these things? I really have kind of looked into it, but not as deep as I should have. But it just really confuses me on how the app runs and works. I did not end up seeing death. The man did in fact survive. He is alive and okay. And I'm going to keep posting videos and explain what actually happened. I just wanted to clear the air so that you guys know that I wasn't intentionally doing this and looking for it. So here is the part with the explanation and what actually happened. We had just received the coordinates and put it in our Google Maps, and we were on our way. It was about 10 minutes away. So we were on our way, we were listening to music, windows were down, we were just having a good night. Like, we didn't expect anything. But we came across this neighborhood and I saw something in the street. So I slowed down to see what it was, and I was really scared. Like, I've heard a lot about sex trafficking incidents, and I didn't want to be one of those. So I look at my friend Darius, who was a part of it, and I was like, no, I don't want to get involved in this. But then the lady who was with her boyfriend, husband, I don't know, but she ran up to my car and handed me her phone, and she was begging me to call the cops. At this point, I was starting to realize that it was actually real and that we really needed to help. So I parked my car and continued talking to the cops and went over to where it was happening. By the time I parked and continued talking to the cops, Darius had already gotten out of the car and went and wrapped his jacket around the wound. The man had just been shot by some random guy, which this was an area where this happens a lot. If any of y'all know Colfax in Colorado, it was near there. But still, I was not expecting to see this at all. The guy, who was probably in his early 20s, was shot under his ribs, and I was standing back still on the phone with the cops. His girlfriend or wife was talking to him saying, keep pushing, because supposedly she was pregnant and has a 1-year-old. At this point, I was just standing back still on the phone with the cops, and I was getting nauseous because this is real. It was real. Darius and the girlfriend were still putting pressure on the wound, and the guy was talking. He was saying it hurt and he couldn't breathe, but he slowly stopped talking. When the cops arrived, we told them our side of the story and what was really happening. After a minute, they told us we were good to go. The ambulance got there and took him in the ambulance, and I was hugging the wife or girlfriend, I don't really know. She thanked me because she said, if you weren't there, we don't know what we would have done. Because when I first got there and called the cops, none of the neighbors still knew what was going on. They started to be like, what? And they would come out of their houses. But that wasn't until the cops came. But yeah, the cops cleared us to go. They took our information and we headed home. I was in hysterics. I went and dropped Darius off and I just wanted to be alone. And that's when I pulled out my phone to record what happened. During the incident, I did take a photo. I'm not going to share the photo. But all the cops have said is on Twitter, and I'll show you right here. Basically, they tweeted this to show what had happened, but there's no other like information. So what I learned from this, no matter the circumstance, do not manifest or think about bad things or negative things, because you have no idea what you're going to come across. If you do go randonauting, please go during the day. You never know what's gonna happen. I sure as hell did not know what I was going to come across. And I don't know if randonauting had anything to do with this, but it could have. Nobody really knows. I don't know. But I'm just thankful that me or Darius did not get hurt, and that the man is alive and well, and that everyone was okay at the end of this. I know I'm probably not gonna go randonauting again. It was a really hard experience to go through. I'm still like shaking from it, but just be safe and be cautious. I wanted to post the first video just to spread awareness of randonauting, but I understand that it could have been my fault, and I'm sorry.